And hold on one second. Mic check. Okay, Max, are you live? Are you live over there?
Oh, live.
All right, cool. Welcome back to another M&M podcast. This is your host, Mike Madera, alongside
Max Robinson. Thrilled to be back here. Another great
you're always
episode
saying
coming
thrilled.
at you.
You're always saying thrilled, man. Are you anything other than thrilled?
I'm always thrilled to be here, bro.
All right.
Maybe not always, but when I'm in this room, I'm thrilled to be
Thrilled.
here.
I love that. You know, we wanted to let last week's episode with Coach Schmidt sink into the listeners because even if you don't know Coach Schmidt, you really got to know him through our podcast.
Yeah.
So we wanted to let that sink in for our listeners, kind of give it a week off, but we're back grinding on the podcast, giving you guys some knowledge, sitting here talking about anything we want to talk about. It's just kind of what our podcast is about anyway. So
Yeah. It's a beautiful day out today.
Gorgeous. No bullshitting around here. We're just
Yeah.
speaking facts, right?
Yeah.
Cool. How's your week been going, Max? I mean, what's new other than football? I know we made brackets for NFL and stuff, so
That was great.
That was great. You won, didn't you?
Yeah, my bracket was looking great, still is looking great, undefeated since the divisional round. So
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
I got the Chiefs winning over the Eagles. Said it a few weeks ago, and I say it now. Got Patty Mahomes winning the MVP of that too. So
I don't know about that.
It's gonna be
I'm
great.
not a Chiefs fan. I can't be rooting for the Chiefs. Can't.
you got the Eagles.
I don't know who I got.
We'll get into that. That's next week's episode.
Well, yeah, sure, we can get into that next week. But anyway, you know, Max and I are always thrilled to be on the podcast, sitting here giving you guys advice almost. I don't know.
We're just talking.
We're just talking.
It's advice if they take it.
Agreed. But we want to promote our YouTube a little bit. If you guys are not the type, like I know myself, I'm not, to just sit and listen to a podcast. You kind of want to watch and see what we're doing and what we're like. Make sure you guys head over to our YouTube, M&M Podcast. We will link that on our Twitter. If you don't follow us now, follow us on IG as well, MM_podcast. And give us a follow, and you can find your way to our YouTube and make sure to subscribe to that.
Yeah.
We're grinding out here every day editing these videos, and when I say we, it's really just me. So that's why I had to make sure I plug that.
Yeah, but we need to hit that follow button on YouTube because we need to build that up, and I promise you're gonna enjoy it more if you're watching on YouTube compared to Spotify. No offense to our Spotify listeners, but YouTube, just a whole different feel. It's almost like you're in here with us.
And our Spotify has grown, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The Coach Schmidt's episode last week was our number 2 of all time.
Yeah.
Competing with our first episode ever.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is big. It's definitely a growth from where we were before that. So yeah, let's get into this a little bit. Recently, I've been getting more into my photography.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Those of you that like taking pictures, make sure you guys listen in right here.
Shout out Pristine Shots.
Oh, appreciate that. You know, I gotta talk to my advisor. I can't decide if I should get an LLC or not for my name because there's no other business in Iowa that goes under the name of Pristine Shots. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We're gonna figure it out. But recently, I'm looking at some cameras, man, and I'm so grateful to have the camera I have now. But I can't wait to grow a super nice camera. Those things are sick. They're super nice, super expensive, and if you know anything about photography, it's an investment. I know I talked to Max's friend from Minnesota. I don't even know why I say your friend. He's my friend. Zach. Zach is my boy, and he talks to me. He goes up to Eau Claire and he takes their wrestling photos. Shout out Zach. And,
he does a lot there.
Yeah, he does so much more than just wrestling, right? What other sports is it? Hockey as well.
Yeah, I think he's done some volleyball too. Probably some more sports too we don't even know about, but yeah, he's doing his thing over there. Shout out to him.
Oh yeah, and he just gives me advice on how to shoot and different lenses along that. Just bought a new lens, which is super exciting. But that's what's going on in my life. Max, what about you?
I've just been busy with volleyball lately. That's going great. If you guys didn't know, it's our first year of men's volleyball at Simpson. Go give us a follow on Instagram, Simpson Men's Volleyball, and some great things are going to be coming up here in the next few years. I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, no, men's volleyball looks. I see you guys grinding over there every morning. I talked to your coach KK. I mean, it looks like you guys are building a team. I'm not gonna lie, it's exciting to watch grow. It's
all coming together. It's great. It's super exciting to be a part of, and I couldn't be more thrilled about it, bro. Could not be. So I can't wait.
So I don't know if you're into this, but I recently been on Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
And I see these stories, and these people go to BuzzFeed and they talk about their real life experiences, whether they're scary, not scary, But let me read you this one.
All right.
I went to a funeral and saw the deceased, right?
Yeah, deceased.
Standing next to her own casket at the front of the church.
That's like a real life person.
That's a real life person.
Wow.
What are you doing in that situation? Walking out, duh. What are you talking about?
Yeah, if I'm alone, I'm not doing. If I'm with someone, bro, I'm probably saying their name, whoever the deceased person. I'm not gonna lie, but if I'm alone, I'm getting out of there.
So here's another one, and no, I agree. Like I can't just skip over that. Like it's nothing because that's absolutely terrifying. But this one says one night, I was around 15. My best friend and I stayed home alone at her house while her parents were away. I don't know why these are all scary. The house had a long driveway off the road, was surrounded by woods. It snowed that night, and in the morning when they were leaving, we found footprints that went all the way around the driveway and stopped at the back of the house. Now, there was none leading away.
That's really scary.
What are you doing? That reminds me.
You gotta run around the house, I guess.
Why'd you
check everywhere?
You gotta know. That reminds me of the time when we were watching the scary movie at your house.
Oh my God. Go ahead, go let them know about that story. That's a great story.
We were at Max's house watching a scary movie, and Max's friend Aiden is terrified of scary movies. So.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a different story.
Oh, that one
keep
too.
going on this story.
Okay, I've done it twice. This was the second time, and I said I had to go to the bathroom, and I went upstairs and walked around the whole house while it was snowing, and banged on the back door. It was a whole mission, and Max kind of knew I was doing it, but still ended up getting scared.
Oh, I get scared of all jump scares, bro. You can tell me it's happening, I'm still gonna get scared. I don't know what it is.
Oh God, yeah. So I mean, memories like that is what you don't forget. That's different. If that happens to you, make sure you call anyone but the M&M podcast because I would not be there for you. Yeah, I wish I had more stories like this, but that's a couple that stood out to me when I was reading over that.
Yeah, have you had anything scary happen to you like that?
I have sleep paralysis from time to time. I haven't had an episode since like last year.
Yeah.
And when I say episode, I mean it's because like basically a damn movie. But last Valentine's Day I bought Morgan a balloon and flowers, and she left the balloon in my room for a long time. And then like 2 weeks after she left it in my room, I was sleeping. And if you don't know what sleep paralysis is, basically like your eyes are open and you know what's surrounding you, but you still get an illusion of something scary happening. And you can't do anything. You can't move. You just get locked up. And anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm all tense. And I see the balloon, but the shadow of the balloon is like a person. And the person just walks on the wall and across my bed. And I just couldn't move and I started freaking out. But like obviously I'm not freaking out. And then I woke up the next morning and I popped the balloon and threw it away.
Oh boy.
I remember it was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
And never again. But so sleep paralysis. I've had episodes like that when I was in high school too, where like something jumped from my dresser onto my TV and ran across my TV.
Wow.
Oh, I was terrified. It's terrible. It's a terrible experience. Yeah. I'll try to get you a real definition. What about you? Anything like that recently?
Not recently. I've had a couple not crazy, but very scary situations happen to me in the past. One time, my friend Ben Calcutt and I, shout out to him, we were coming back from this one place late at night. We're talking 2 or 3 a.m. And we were driving back to his house. There's a sketchy car at this gas station that's like right by his house. And we noticed it, didn't think anything of it, it's just a typical sketchy car. We're driving in his neighborhood. His neighborhood's super complex, so many turns, right? Like maybe 5 or 6 turns until you get to his house. He lives in a cul-de-sac. And this car keeps following us every same turn. I'm like, Ben, bro, like this guy isn't your neighbor, right? Like, for sure you don't recognize this car. And he's like, I do not know whose car this is or what it's doing. We're just hoping it's going to turn into some driveway or something. We get to Ben's house. I'm driving in that road and he's still following us. So I'm like, all right, we're not getting out. We go around the cul-de-sac. He tries to cut us off, like block us in the cul-de-sac. And I speed up and get by him. And now it's like there's only one way to get out of the neighborhood. And he obviously knows the way. He just followed us in.
Yeah.
So I'm zooming as much as I can, but I got to take turns every like 3 or 4 seconds, right?
Right.
So like I'm zooming, I'm going fast. We get back out on the main roads. We just drive away, start driving towards my house. This guy lives like 15 minutes away from us. So we're just trying to lose him out there.
You know who it is or no?
Nah.
Okay.
And we lose him, and then we're like, okay, let's go back to your house. So let's go to bed. Let's F that shit, bro. Like, come on. And so we're driving by. We see his car at the gas station, same gas station again, but there's no one in the car. He's nowhere to be seen. So we're going. We probably ran a red light to get back into the neighborhood. We get back. I'm in my Crocs. We park the car. We're sprinting through his yard to the backyard. I'm trying to run as fast as I can. My Crocs are falling off, but we get inside. And we lock the door, we go straight to bed.
Were you able to fall asleep?
Yeah, I was able to fall asleep. I felt like After it, I was like, bro, that's a pretty sick story. Like now that it happened, but that was so scary.
That's terrifying. That's absolute. I'd
Yeah.
rather do that. I'd rather have sleep paralysis than go through that. 'Cause that's real life.
You know what's even crazier?
What's that?
I had something similar happen last summer
What?
with Colin. You met Colin
I
over
know
winter
Colin.
break. So me and Colin were going to Rex's house, and we were celebrating like his graduation or something.
Mhm.
And when we left, there was this like white truck that was like slowly driving up to us. It's like midnight, maybe a little bit past midnight, so it's not ridiculously late. And there's just this like old white dude, I think he was bald,
Right.
driving up, and his license plate, I remember very specifically, said Gav. We had a friend who we used to call Gav Kitty, so you know it reminded us of him.
Yeah.
And the dude's like rolling down his window. I don't even notice it. I'm putting the key in the ignition. I'm doing something. Colin's in the shotgun. He's like, hey, he's trying to talk to you. I'm like, oh. Roll down the window. We can't understand him. Like he's just kind of speaking gibberish. And I look at him and he's like, should we just go? And I roll up my window, and he's like, his voice starts getting like higher and higher. Like he's getting angry. So I just put the car in drive. And I've never. Rex lived the second house on the right when you turned in. So I never went past his house. I never even went in this neighborhood, like anything farther, right? I'm speeding down this like 50 in a neighborhood. It says dead end, and we're like, no
way.
no, bro. It was a dead end, but there's an option to turn left. So we turn left. I'm assuming this is just gonna go like this, right? So it's just gonna be a giant U.
Right.
I was right. So we make that turn. Colin's like, did we lose him? Did we lose him? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We see that car coming again. Same thing. Tries to cut us off. Swerve out of the way once again. Get on the main road. Get on the freeway and book it home. We were so scared. And I was like, Colin, like this like 3 minutes after, I'm like, so we have to debrief from this, right? We got to just process what just happened. Like, Colin, bro, you're not going to believe this. I had this same thing happen with Calca a few years back. And I was like, why, bro? This is like, I don't understand.
That's way scarier.
They're so scary, but I cannot be more thankful that I had a friend with me in those situations, because having someone there, I think just honestly, like, just adds another level of comfortability for me. Like, if I'm alone in one of those situations, you know, I'm going to make it out, but I'm going to be 10 times more scared at least. Those are not fun at all, but they're fun stories looking back at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
The way I look at it, since we're okay, they're fun stories
Yeah.
looking back at it.
I don't know. I find joy to that stuff. Like, if someone were to press me, but I don't know. You never know who people are and what their intentions are.
Yeah.
So, but getting back into sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
it sends signals to relax your muscles in your arms and legs, and the result is like it helps you remain still during rapid eye movement. Sleep, which is like REM sleep, and with sleep paralysis, you regain awareness, but you can't move.
So when it's happening, you're
My
scared.
eyes are open.
You're scared.
Oh, yeah,
You can't
terrifying.
move,
It's like imagine waking up but you can't move.
and scary shit's going on.
Yeah, it's your imagination, it's your
Yeah.
brain messing with you, but
But like it still feels like it's going on. So.
yeah, I mean I wouldn't rock with that. This has become a little dark episode. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like kind of a dark humor type episode, but not all of it's humor.
Not at all. That's really creepy actually. But anyway, let's get into our mental minute. This seems like an okay time to get into our mental minute.
Why not? Good transition.
I tried. So this week, Max and I want to interpret our mental minute into a promotion, and we have a men's group at Simpson campus. If you are not involved in anything like Storm Speaks, this is definitely something to get into if you're a male seeking someone to talk to. Just a group of guys. We just meet up on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock, and we talk about what's going on in our lives, good, bad. We celebrate it all. I mean, not celebrate the bad things, but we talk about it, you know, and try to give each other an extra push and kind of get the weight off our shoulders, because Max and I have talked before about men's mental health especially. I mean, all mental health matters, but just especially reaching out to our guys, you know.
Yeah. And even if you're like not going through anything, you just want something to do, it's a great place to go. Like, not everyone there is gonna be battling something mentally, but everyone there is there for the purpose of creating a community here at Simpson itself where men can speak more to each other, more transparency and like how they're feeling, It's a great place. If you're on the fence about it, just go. If you don't want to go, just go. Like, just try it out. I guarantee you guys are gonna like it because it's just like hanging out with friends, just in a different setting, really.
100%. It's a time to not only meet new people at Simpson, but just talk to new people. And this doesn't just relate to Simpson people. Let me go off of if you're somewhere else and you're listening and you want to make a change for men's mental health, make a group. Make a men's group, do some research, and get the guys together and sit down and have a good conversation, because at the end of the day, you are who you surround yourself with. And if you want to better yourself, surround yourself with good people and be able to talk your emotions out, because that's a key thing to live in a happy life.
Yeah.
So that's the end of our mental minute.
Great mental minute. Always is.
Always a great mental minute. And if you guys need more advice on mental minutes, make sure you shoot us a DM and we steer you in the right direction, I believe. Let's get a little bit into your hobbies, Max. Did you have any weird hobbies in high school? You seem like a weird hobbies kid.
I don't like have that many hobbies, bro. Like, most of my hobbies are just sports.
Cameraman Cole's got a hobby. Cole, what's your hobby?
Make beats.
He makes beats. Cole on the beat.
Beats by Cole.
Yeah.
Beats by Cole.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Studio sesh, always open.
Right in here.
Right.
I'm always telling people, bro, they always flaking, but hey, I'm always open.
Always open. You know, when you find a hobby that you really enjoy, you can tell that someone really enjoys it. Right now, for me, that's photography. We've talked about it a little bit. But you can really tell Cole likes making beats.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime we go in his room and he's in there, he's like cooking in the lab. Like, remember that beat he was supposed to make us for an intro? We still haven't gotten yet. I
He's
remember
busy
that.
with some personal,
my bad.
personal beats.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z got you.
I got you still. It's in the
Jay-Z got you, or booked, or Kanye maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm making moves now.
Yeah, making
so,
moves, bro. I got you. I see you. All right, yeah. Anyway, so, no, but Cole genuinely enjoys sitting there, and he can make beats for hours, and that's something I'm trying to find joy in my life.
Yeah.
But what about you, Max? What, you ain't have nothing like that you like? I guess
Honestly,
just moving around, right?
My hobby's just just playing sports. I don't know, watching sports. I guess in middle school I had a few months where I really liked Rubik's Cubes, and then that kind of died out. I learned how to solve a 2x2 and started learning how to solve a 3x3, then just dropped it. Don't really regret it at all. I don't know. It was just something I was into for a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah. I used to like to fish a lot too.
I love fishing.
Don't really do that as much anymore, but if people around me want to fish, I'll get way more into fishing.
Let's go. I got my poles here, man.
You
So
see
do I.
something
I got mine.
poles?
I got mine in my truck, bro.
Well, we gotta wait for the ice to melt. But
Well, yeah.
This spring would be a good time for all of us to go out.
Yeah, I'm going
And
during
then
spring break. I'm
fishing,
going fishing.
Where you
I'm
going?
gonna
Back in
try
Missouri
at
Valley,
least.
or-
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
see what the water's like. I mean, the water in Iowa doesn't really get warm until May, but
Right.
I've caught fish in March.
Yeah. No, of course. Those are the fat bass. Those are the ones that. Well, they're probably not the fat ones.
Nah, mainly the hungry
It's a whole
ones.
thing getting into fishing.
Yeah,
But-
fishing's fun.
No, 100%. But talking to Coach Schmitz last week and him saying his hobby was absolutely bonkers. I've never heard of
Yeah,
anyone
bow fishing.
bow fishing.
It's wild.
Is that a thing in
Yeah, I've
Missouri
been bow
Valley?
fishing. Yeah,
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Is that where he got that from?
yeah. It's just a bow and arrow with a string on it. You shoot the fish. That's it.
That is it. Nothing more to it. You guys heard it from Cole.
But you
Man,
don't
if go
really.
bow fishing sometime.
No way, bro. I'll shoot my foot and I'll cry.
That would be so
That's
bad.
where I'm getting with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, picking up a hobby is also something I really want to get into.
Yeah.
Nothing weird though, like voodoo dolls or nothing like that, because there is people that are into that stuff. And if you are, none against you, none at all.
But you have a voodoo doll episode now that you said that.
No shot, bro. You want me to
Never
have
know.
you want me to have sleep paralysis? That's what this sounds like. But Max and I sit here and we talk about the podcast constantly. And if you ever think we don't, you're lying to yourself, because we will be having deep conversation with our friends. And man, I wish we just had mics.
Yeah,
So
I can't wait till next year's setup. Why don't you give the viewers a little preview of that?
So Max and I are living with each other next year. We're trying to get cameraman Cole to also live with us, but we don't know for sure yet. We're gonna have an apartment, and in our apartment, our living room is just gonna be a studio. And we're gonna have mics set up, and we're just gonna sit down, and whenever we feel like having a conversation or having a deep conversation with our friends, and we find ourselves doing that, we're just gonna turn the mics on and record, and whatever's good we'll use, and whatever's not is
It's whatever.
okay. It's okay.
Just throw it away. Just still do conversation.
But we have a great setup in mind, and very excited to get that going.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Cameraman Cole, I don't know another sophomore that would give up living in an apartment. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, he's got his boy Mason
That
though,
sounds
bro.
pretty
You gotta
good. I
understand, you know? Like
That
that's
does sound good. I didn't even know you were offering me that.
You haven't been offered yet. You're a preferred walk on at this moment.
Facts.
This guy.
Yeah. So, man, I find myself lost for words sometimes when we're doing these podcasts and don't have too much topics because when you force a podcast, it's not really a good podcast.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
But yeah, no. So recently, this is good. I know me and you can talk about this for hours. I've been trying to get a better music taste, like expand my music taste with what I listen to. Because obviously I listen to like the same rap and the same stuff, but I feel like if I really don't listen to the songs that are popular to everyone, because they're good to myself, you know, I listen to Little People a lot. Not a lot of people listen to Little People or like Little People like that. I think he's very unique, and I really get deep into his music. I want to find more artists like that. Not in saying like the same type of music as Little Peep, but I'm talking different genres, I like country. I'm starting to open up to country. I don't know, in one of our first episodes, I used to hate country music, man. I hated it. But I'm really starting to enjoy a little bit of country music, a little bit of everything, because it's starting to be more of like a newer fashion of music, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Max likes
I
all the
think
young
part of it
release.
is almost a cultural thing. Like I think that both of us just hear country music a lot more here than we might have in high school. I know that's very true for me at least. But there's a lot of people here who really like country.
Yeah. And it's the same way for me in high school. A lot of guys, we had to drive your tractor during the school day, dude.
Wow.
You had that too, no? It was a huge thing, bro.
Yep.
Huge thing. But when I was growing up in like middle school, and I was in California, music was the culture in California.
Yeah.
And I expanded the way I listen to music. I wouldn't be listening to music the same. I couldn't tell you how important music is to me. I couldn't even describe it because in general, like if I couldn't listen to music, if you had to go blind or not be able to listen to music, what would you do?
Losing your vision is like something totally different.
I would lose my vision before I couldn't listen to music again. Get lost in the music, bro. I could sit there and get lost for hours of music.
I think I want my vision, bro.
No
I would
shot.
hate to give up music, but my vision, like I want to be able to see stuff.
See, but that shows too on how important music is, like for me.
Yeah, it's true.
And you know, like, man, so many times. And I love. You know what's it's a weird secret. A lot of people don't know this, but I have a secret love for like rock, like Green Day, Nirvana. Like I love that shit. Like I love it. I absolutely do love it. A lot of people do. Not a lot of people like my taste in music, but it kind of just varies. And if you do, I'm gonna plug my Spotify playlist, and you just add to it. Anybody's welcome to add to it.
That'd be awesome.
Plus
We could have a Eminem community
And then
playlist.
I'm so down. We just add whatever music's, and then once a week we'll pick a song and
That'd be great.
say who put it in there. That's what we'll do. That's a good segment. Let me write that down.
That's perfect.
That
Yeah.
is perfect.
Someone write that down.
Yeah, I got it. All right. So anyway, that's where I've been at with my music recently. But I know,
Yeah.
Max, you got a unique taste in music, and it's genuinely the unreleased stuff.
Yeah.
Right or wrong? Talk about that, man.
Yeah.
Talk about how, because me and you both are Juice WRLD lovers. We talked about Juice WRLD. We talked about his horrible ex-girlfriend that should go to jail, which is actually in jail.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and talk about
I heard she got out, but that's besides.
Nah, I don't care.
Yeah, I guess I'm into like a wide variety of music. I'd say I find a lot of random songs that go against like my normal music taste, but for some reason they'll just stand out to me. Like I'll find something peaceful about them or something that's just super catchy to me. I get some songs like stuck in my head for like a whole day, and then I won't think about that song for like months or a year. But yeah, Juice WRLD's definitely my favorite. It helps so much that he's had unreleased music because, you know, he passed away. And he has been able to make new music, but he had so much music already made. But yeah, I would say I'm just like you in the way where I'm trying to expand my music taste, trying to just, even if I don't like it, I've been trying to listen to more music, like when I'm studying or working out, just seeing if there's anything I like that comes on, and if not, you know, I just keep doing what I'm doing, but yeah.
100%. And it's tough, dude. It is tough to find new music. So that's why I think making like a playlist or something for people to put their taste, because you got to see things. We were just talking about this today, seeing things from different points of views.
Yeah, different perspectives.
Yeah,
That's what builds the world. That's what builds community. Is perspective.
Builds everything, dude. If you can't see something from someone else's perspective, you don't understand it 100%.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to grow on that, and I used to be really bad at just seeing things my way, and that was that or the highway, you know.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to open up and actually think before I speak, and watch. And I'm wondering, what would have caused him to say that,
Mhm.
and how can I respond without, one, being insulting, or two, understanding what he's going through or what he or she is going through. You
Yeah.
know? You really have to think like that, and you really have to see things from other people's perspectives, and that's something Max and I have really gotten deep into today as well, which is kind of why we're in the studio recording this right now.
Yeah, I mean, we just came from a great conversation before this. Let's just go make a podcast right now.
Yeah,
Just what we did.
and it works. It works 80% of the time. 20% was the one episode we had that.
I feel like the percentage doesn't really add up.
No,
it's
not-
probably like 98 to 2 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's what it is actually. We've only had one episode where we were, and really it was just me. Max didn't think the episode was all that horrible, but I sat there and I was like, yeah, there's no way.
I
But
don't
you know what? You
I
know-
don't really remember most episode, and then obviously we don't have some of the episode anymore. So
Right. Well, RIP the rest of that episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh well.
you know, there's two guys trying to imitate us.
Who?
Jason and Travis Kelsey. They're trying to make a podcast like us, bro. You believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know
Who
who
do they
those
think
guys-
they are?
who- I don't know.
Who do they think they are?
You know what they don't have?
Huh?
Cameraman Cole.
They do not.
Cameraman.
They might got rings, but they don't got no cameraman Cole.
Nope.
They probably got. Who do you think their cameraman is, bro?
No.
Probably someone.
Probably some professional that's the best in the job.
No,
man.
probably someone they just found off the street.
Jackson
They don't
Mahomes.
got cameraman Cole.
Jackson Mahomes. That's the cameraman.
Why would Jackson Mahomes be the cameraman?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think he is though. You heard it here first.
You know, cameraman Cole. If Jason and Travis Kelsey offered you money, would you go record for them?
If they offer
How much you
money, he
talking?
doesn't even
How much
get paid to
I don't get
go
paid to
hard.
do this, bro.
Huh?
How much you talking though?
Oh, okay, I'm talking like they're gonna pay you $7.25 an hour.
No.
His face just
No.
That's
No.
Simpson minimum wage. That's crazy.
All right. Well, I'm glad you wouldn't leave us. Good for
No.
life.
What if they offered you $8?
No. No, bro.
Let's go,
Talking
Cole.
millions,
Thanks for the
let's
It'd be
commitment.
cool to hang with them, but
Hey, that's great to see in a long-term cameraman.
Yeah,
Loyalty.
I know. If we ever make it big,
I'm already signed, bro.
Eminem committed.
Eminem Productions, bro. I'm
Yeah.
signed, bro.
Eminem Productions. All right, man. Well, we wanted to keep this episode short today and kind of just give you guys an update of what we're doing. Next week, we plan to have another big banger episode with a guy that always is trying to be down to earth. A guy that's always keeping it real with everyone and motivating everyone to work harder. He will be on next week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you guys know who it is, just keep your mouth shut. And then be hopeful that it's a great episode. 'Cause that's
Oh,
what
it's gonna be a great
It is going to be a banger episode. This guy has more knowledge than anyone I ever known when it comes to certain things, and he knows every random fact that there is to know to man. So make sure you guys tune in. Max, give the people some words to leave off that.
You know what? Go out today and talk to someone you don't know. Try to understand someone else's point of view. Try to talk to someone who you wouldn't normally talk to on a daily basis. Go make the world a better place, and make sure that you get better today.
Love and peace. Peace out, everybody.